Predators, flash floods, parasites, open sores. These are just a few of the things three friends had to endure when their expedition to discover an untouched tribe tragically turned into a desperate quest for survival that would test their very will to live. But who's to blame for this misadventure turned nightmare? Join us as we dive into the world of the Great Amazon Escape. Three friends, each with their own distinct reasoning, were irresistibly drawn to the idea of an adventure that promised to be the epitome of escapism and discovery. Kevin Gale led the group. A 29-year-old photographer from Oregon, Gale was on a quest to capture the elusive beauty of the natural world, hoping his lens could secure him a place in the prestigious pages of National Geographic. Marcos Stamm, also 29, a teacher from Switzerland, was reeling from the aftermath of a painful breakup, yearning for a journey that would offer not just physical distance, but also emotional healing. Yossi Ghinsberg, 22, sought the kind of thrill and challenge that only untamed wilderness could provide, a stark contrast to his disciplined life in the Israeli Navy. After 3 months backpacking through South America together, the group was at the Azriamis outpost when into their lives stepped Karl Ruprechter, a figure shrouded in mystery. The Austrian presented himself as a seasoned geologist who had spent years exploring the dense jungle. He told tales of an undiscovered tribe nestled in the heart of the Amazon, a story that was too enticing for the trio to resist. They planned to navigate the Amazon for a week on foot, at which point they'd make contact with the tribe, then make their return down the treacherous Tuichi River on a makeshift raft. But this was no ordinary journey. It was a leap into the unknown, guided by a stranger who promised them the experience of a lifetime, with each step drawing them further away from the world they know. The initial days were filled with awe and wonder, as every turn revealed the untamed beauty and sheer diversity of the jungle. However, the harsh realities of survival loomed overhead. Their supplies, consisting merely of rice, beans, and salt, underscored their utter dependence on the jungle for sustenance. The group's first true test came when Karl, in a controversial act of survival, shot and killed a monkey, highlighting the brutal necessities of jungle life. The mental toll of the journey became apparent when Karl began acting as the group's dictator, often forcing the wrong survival tactics on the group. The physical toll was not far behind. Marcos Stamm, the Swiss teacher, developed painful open sores on his feet, making every step an excruciating ordeal. The dynamic within the group began to shift as Karl suggested Kevin and Yossi forge ahead to seek contact with the tribe while he stayed behind with Marcos. This proposal instead sowed the seeds of discord as Kevin opted to travel further on the raft for Marcos' sake. They agreed and returned to the river. However, a few days later, Karl told of a canyon up ahead, the San Pedro Falls, that they would have to navigate around on foot. This was yet another demand that Kevin Gale would not stand for. He knew they'd have a better chance at survival without Karl's tyranny and Marcos' injury, and convinced Yossi to join him to continue their journey down the river. Karl and Marcos agreed to hike 10 days to the nearest village, and Kevin and Yossi chose to take the river, hoping its currents would lead them back to civilization. Their decision to split would soon be tested by the unpredictable and treacherous nature of the Amazon. As Kevin and Yossi embarked on the next phase of their adventure, their spirits were buoyed by their newfound freedom. However, the liberation they felt was fleeting, as the river, with its serene waters at one moment and treacherous rapids the next, became a metaphor for their unpredictable journey. The Tuichi soon revealed its true power, thrusting them into a maelstrom of white water and peril. As they attempted to maneuver through the violent rapids, the inevitable happened. The raft slammed headfirst into a rock, stranding them in the midst of a raging river. Kevin managed to jump and swim to shore, but upon trying to throw the supplies to him, Yossi was swept away, disappearing from sight. Panic and desperation overtook them. Kevin, now on the bank, could only shout into the void, hoping that Yossi would emerge from the waters. Miraculously, emerge he did, but on the opposite side of the waterfall, separated from Kevin by 2 miles of water and an impassable canyon. Yossi faced a daunting task of survival without experience or companionship, but in another miraculous event, came upon the life bag that the group had packed, full of supplies. His days were consumed by the relentless pursuit of finding Kevin, a Herculean effort in the face of exhaustion and dwindling hope. Kevin, meanwhile, was driven by a singular mission: to find Yossi, as he felt a profound sense of responsibility for Yossi being there in the first place. The canyon that separated them was a constant reminder of the daunting task at hand, but their efforts to navigate around it, to find a way back to each other, highlighted their unwavering commitment to their bond. In the impenetrable depths of the Amazon, Yossi Ghinsberg faced the ultimate test of human resilience. His ordeal was marked by moments of despair and fleeting glimpses of hope. One night, staring into the darkness, listening for broken branches, he shone his flashlight into the void and came upon the giant face of a jaguar only feet from him, its eyes glinting with predatory intent. With no weapons at his disposal, Yossi quickly grabbed his lighter and insect repellent from the life bag and, like an action movie, created a makeshift flamethrower to scare off the terrifying beast. He'd spend the rest of the night screaming and crying in a mix of emotions. Meanwhile, Gale's determination to find Yossi was overshadowed by his need for survival. He grabbed onto a piece of driftwood and let the current take him down the river. In the midst of his solitary battle against the elements, Yossi Ghinsberg stumbled upon a glimmer of hope. A map in the life bag that hinted at the existence of a gold mining camp, a place Carl had mentioned could be a beacon of safety. Fueled by the prospect of finding a way out, Yossi's spirits lifted. He began to sing, a rare sound of joy in this oppressive living nightmare. As he navigated through the dense underbrush, he discovered machete scars on trees, a sign he believed could only have been left by Kevin. This discovery spurred him on, injecting a newfound energy into his steps. However, the jungle is a realm of illusions, and Yossi's hope was soon shattered. After hours of following what he thought was Kevin's trail, he found a footprint in the mud. For a moment, relief washed over him, thinking he was close to reuniting with his friend. The harsh reality hit when he realized the footprint was his own, circling back to where he had started. Days later, in critical condition, drifting aimlessly on the river, Gale's situation took a miraculous turn when he spotted a canoe in the distance. Too weak to call out, he could only signal with the last of his strength. The people in the canoe beckoned him over and were quick to give him food and safety. Knowing his nightmare had finally ended, he refocused on finding Yossi, consumed by a sense of responsibility. Kevin's efforts led him to a Bolivian army base, where he implored the soldiers to aid in the search for Yossi. However, the vastness of the Amazon made it impossible to spot anyone from the plane, and on the ground, Yossi could hear the planes, knowing there was no way to make contact, a cruel fate that drove him deeper into hopelessness. Yossi's decision to follow the map to the abandoned Corey Playa mining camp led to further despair. The camp was deserted. With his rice gone and surviving only on scraps of rotting fruit, Yossi was forced to confront the limitations of his own body. The open sores on his hands and feet became a constant reminder of the pain Marcos had endured, filling him with a profound sense of regret and empathy for leaving him behind. This was as far as he could go, his body not letting him continue any further after getting attacked by red ants in his sleep. Yossi had given up and was now praying for death. Back in civilization, it was during this time that Kevin encountered Tico, a local with an intimate knowledge of the river. He said he needed to be back in 3 days, but Kevin agreed to the search. It was a needle in a haystack endeavor, but Kevin's spirit never wavered. As 3 days turned into 7, their breakthrough finally came when, against all odds, they spotted Yossi from their small boat. The moment was surreal, a mix of disbelief and overwhelming relief. The rescue was not just a testament to Kevin's dogged perseverance, but also to the spirit of human solidarity. Kevin's journey, fraught with its own dangers and challenges, underscored the incredible lengths to which one will go to save a friend, highlighting the indomitable strength of the human connection, even in the face of nature's greatest challenges. The joy of Yossi and Kevin's reunion was overshadowed by the unknown fate of Marcos and Carl. Investigations revealed that the promised undiscovered tribe was a fabrication, a cruel hoax by Carl, who had a history of misleading expeditions. This revelation brought a bitter end to their quest, leaving more questions than answers about the true intentions behind their journey. Yossi Ghinsberg channeled his ordeal into becoming a motivational speaker and writer in Australia, sharing his story to inspire others to overcome adversity. Gale continued his passion for photography while embracing a new path as a fitness instructor in Israel. Their story continues to resonate with people around the world, reminding us of the resilience within us all. What would you do if you were stuck in the Amazon? Let me know in the comments. If you want another video on something weird, check these out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video, guys. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you next time.